Hello and welcome to Americans Learn. Today I am diving back into NIGHTWISH. Today I'm going to be looking at The Poet and the Pendulum. Just based on the title alone, I'm going to assume it has something to do with Edgar Allan Poe. But other than that, I've got absolutely no clue. I have really been enjoying my NIGHTWISH adventure. I am excited to continue it. And if there's other things that you would like me to look at, do let me know in the comments below, and I will make sure that it happens. And now, without further ado, let's see what they have to say about the Poet of the Pendulum. I wasn't expecting the weird whispers. That's interesting. And really creepy. Oh, hey, look, there's the pendulum. I see it in the light. I wondered if I was going to see something in the light. I hope that they used it, like, throughout the piece to, like, move the projection around and move the light. I think that would be really cool. Sorry, it's doing this like weird thing where it's like bouncing back and forth between the headphones, and it is bothering me. Oh no, that's how the pendulum comes in, isn't it? Like the directionality, like it's going back and forth like a pendulum. Oh no, ooh, that's gonna be messed up. My brain does not like that at all. There it goes. Back and forth. And it seems like it has stopped, like, as it got closer and closer, it has stopped kind of bouncing back and forth, which means that my ears are happier. No, it didn't. Ooh, lots of pendulums. That's such a like a Phantom of the Opera like progression. I can't tell if because this is the official video. I can't tell if it's like the video that is making the thing happen, that it goes back and forth, if that is on purpose for the video. or if, I don't know, like, it's hard to tell. I'm like, what is a video issue and what is not, is what I want to know.
Those medals of adventure.
Oh, what are they planning over there? They're planning something sneaky. They're doing something.
Those medals of adventure filled days, one with every smiling face. These no more words, thoughts from a severed head. No more praise, tell me once my heart goes right. And take me home. Get away, run away, fly away, lead me astray. To dreamers, hide away. I gotta cry 'cause the shoulder cries more. I gotta die. I don't hope for the cold world. Golden green, the other two faces, one for the world. One for God, save me. I gotta cry 'cause the shoulder cries more. I gotta die. I don't hope for the cold world. Heart for the cold world. Heart for the cold world.
And I gotta say, I love her, like this is such a, I don't know, I want to say like a rock sound. Like, I like it when she does this, like, big, bombastic belting. I love that. That's really, it's an amazing sound. And she does such a good job with it. And these guys really like their sort of water themes, don't they?
With turquoise waterfalls, with beauty underneath the evergreen. Tuck me beneath the beneath the for a child in time, simply my love. On the shore we sat and talked under the same pale moon, whose guiding light chose you all.
Ooh. All right, we getting. I really love the like the bounce back and forth between something like the loud and the exciting and the intense, and then to this like much softer, sadder. I mean, the whole song is kind of like sad, but like it just is it's more of a sweet, it's like a lullaby in that middle part there. I'm curious just like to see where we go from here.
I'm afraid, so afraid, being raped again and again and again. I know I will die alone, but loved. You live long enough to hear the sound of guns, long enough to find yourself screaming every night, long enough to see your friends betray you. For years, I've been strapped onto this altar. Now I only have 3 minutes, counting. I just wish the tide would catch me first and give me a death I always longed for.
Well, I wasn't expecting that. That I will say I was not expecting. Sudden hardcore whisper. Jesus. I was not expecting that at all. Like also, I didn't sign up for ASMR, but wow. Why do you only have 3 minutes and counting? That's what I want to know. Why is it only 3 minutes and counting? And also, like, the difference between, like, the whispering and, like, the music in the background being so, like, I was expecting something loud. Does he have, like, a crucifix on his piano? Like the, or is it just, like, supposed to look like driftwood? It just looks like a crucifix for a second. Hey, I was wondering when we'd get some more Poe references. There go those ravens.
Today, in the year of our Lord 2005, Turamus was called from the cares of the world. He stopped crying at the end of each beautiful day. The music he wrote had too long been without silence. He was found naked and dead, with a smile on his face, a pen, and 1,000 pages of erased text.
I loved that too. Like that, that was like, that's got to be Telltale Heart. Yeah. Like I am trying to find Poe references in this. I don't know a lot of the like Poe lexicon. Lexicon, is that even the word? I don't know a lot of his work. I know, like the ones that everybody knows, you know, the Raven, the Pit and the Pendulum, Fall of the House of Usher, Telltale Heart, like those kinds. Like I know, Nevermore, like, you know, I know, and the Raven, I know all of those. But like, so I'm trying to find like the references to that I could find in throughout the music and in the projections and in the song itself. I haven't really heard too many in the song, but like the whiplash the song is giving me, I swear to God. Because see, now we're all tranquil again. Like it goes from, like, it's so interesting because it goes from like this like hard, angry, like, I don't know, a plea And then it gets to like a much softer lullaby, and then random whispering, and then just like the loud uh plea again, and then random just speech. I wasn't expecting this guy to, what was 2005? What are they talking about? Thomas, who's that? Like, who are they talking about? Uh and then like now we're quiet again. So I'm like, what's going? Tumultuous, I think, is the word I was looking for. And I kind of appreciate the sea in the background again within when it that, because like it is this song, it's giving me a little bit of whiplash here, but it's tumultuous. I like that. And it's like it's kind of, I don't want to say it's messy is not the right word, but it's not streamlined, which I really do appreciate. And like, the song, I don't know, the song is, it's very, very interesting in the way they've put it together. Well, interesting. And I also like, the cyclical nature of this one. Um the fact that like it started out like in the same way that it ends, like the quiet and the um just the slow, because in the beginning it was like the slow progression up, and was I mean, I should have, you know what? I should have known that there was going to be some weirdness in this song from the moment that there was like the whispers, like, and I'm honestly not entirely certain if that was my headphones or if that was the video or if that's the intent. Like, I still don't know exactly what that happened because it did make perfect sense for the sound to be going back and forth, um, for something like that. I mean, it's called The Poet and the Pendulum. Like like I should have expected something like that, but like again, I'm still not entirely certain if that happened. Like for if it was supposed to happen or if it was just my headphones. Um but I mean, it really was oof, ouch. Didn't love that at the beginning. Um but it was so like okay, so I did at one point pull up the lyrics because I was having a somewhat difficult time with the fully like parsing the actual words, which I know I've mentioned. It happens to me a lot. Like I definitely often, if I've never heard a song before, have a difficult time parsing the words. Like it's and like when I listen to songs like in the car or whatever, music often just becomes very much it's a background. It's filling in all of the empty spaces. And so it's like I'm not great at just like sitting down and just listening to something for the first time and like paying attention to all of it. I'm just more used to letting it just sort of whoosh, it just washes over me and like it takes up so much space in my brain all the time. Like I'm always humming and whisper and like whistling and singing it like at all the time. Like music is a huge part of my life, but the way that my brain sort of makes that work is that I don't like hear it properly. It's just there. It is constantly there. So this is this like whole journey has been fun for me because I get to like sit down and like listen to the music and I get to try and actually not necessarily analyze it. Sometimes that just sort of happens, but I get to just like experience something new in a way that forces me to pay a little bit more attention. Um and I but that's why sometimes I will have to pull up the lyrics just cuz I'm like I can't hear what she's saying. And it's not the fault of the I'm not like trying to blame the singer or the mix or anything. That's a fully just my brain is a little wonky sometimes when it comes to like anything audio. Um but no, like there's a lot of religious imagery in this one. Um you know, I mean they talk about like I mean obviously it starts out with somebody's dead. Um and then it's talking about being a little bit two-faced. I cannot die, the whore for the cold world. I because just based on like the other um like mentions in the song of like religious imagery, I wonder if that's supposed to be like the whore of Babylon, which is, again, obviously it's a metaphor. It's like somebody who takes, the crap, that this kind of the scapegoat, I suppose it feels like, is the singer. um the singer is having a lot of trouble, but like also it's like it's really pretty at the end, like it's like you contain multitudes, you contain oceans within you. That's very nice. But then like sometimes you get like please no more words, thoughts from a severed head. I'm like, is that Mimir? Like sometimes I'm like, I just like, is that Norse mythology now? Which would make sort of sense. The meadows of heaven, like that kind of sounds like, what's it like, where does Freya take care of, like Folkvanger? um so it's like sometimes I'm just like, oh, that's biblical, and sometimes I'm like, oh, that's Norse, and then there's a whole lot of the visual imagery was like all Poe. So I'm just like, oh, that's it's such an interesting like mix of different stories and like and storytellings and beliefs and like um just like an absolutely stunning, like I was just like, oh, wasn't expecting that. And then like the talks about like the second robber to the right of Christ, which I and then cut in half infanticide. Maybe it was infanticide, but it was like, what is the second robber to the right of Christ is the one who like repented as he was dying, right? But then it says here now he's home in hell. So maybe the second robber wasn't the one who apologized. I don't know. Like that was one of those things that I was like, sometimes there's too much happening. There's too many like potential little like meanings for everything. They talk about the passion play, and the passion plays were like these very religious plays, I think in the Middle Ages, that like were dark and stories of, you know, you have the warnings, essentially like very like fire and brimstone from what I remember. It's like, and like they mentioned that, and it's just like, it's like, what is the some this song was like, I feel like it had the most religious imagery that I've like seen in a Nightwish song so far, which is interesting. um but you know, the end is all like, and it was cool. I liked it. I don't want to say I did not. I don't want anyone to go away with the thought that I didn't like it. I will definitely have to listen to it again a few times to just to try and like put the lyrics in with the music and to sort of understand it a little bit better. And I'll have to like read through the lyrics multiple times, I think, and like listen to it whilst looking at the lyrics. Um but I mean, gorgeous and interesting. And it's sort of, it felt sort of like a Ghost Love Score or like a Bohemian Rhapsody or something, with like the changing between styles, and like it felt more like Ghost Love Score, I guess, because like in Bohemian Rhapsody, it is kind of one story, but it feels like several in some parts. This one definitely, and this one was a little bit more cyclical than that one, so that wasn't like, you know, it was interesting. Like what did they do? They went like, they did it. They had A and then B. They kind of went back to A and then C, and then I don't know. Like, I'm trying to like, I was just trying to like, if I was gonna like annotate this song, how would I do it? And I'm like, I don't even know where I would start. It's like, what am I even doing? I don't do music theory. What am I up to? But no, this was fantastic. So thank you to everybody who suggested The Poet and the Pendulum. That might have been Gabriel. I feel like there's a lot of these Nightwish songs that have been, a lot of them have been suggested by multiple people. Some of them have ended up on, I feel like 2 people I think sent me like a big long list of things to look at, and I've just moved everything onto a Google Doc. So, and I did erase some of the people who suggested it, like their names. So I'm sorry, but if you suggested it, thank you very much. It was very interesting. I'm looking forward to more. Send me more of their more interesting ones too. Like, which are the ones that are like different like this, where they like play around with some styles and like they bounce back and forth between things. Tell me more, like what more of that they did, because I like that style. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked it. If you did, make sure you give us a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. You can also subscribe to our other channels. We have 2 of them currently in the description box below. One of them is Chicago Reacts. The other is Chicago Reacts Anime. We would love to see you there. That's going to be it for me in this particular video. Thank you very much. I will see you in the next